my gosh, there's 5 people in here.
That's too many people. Connor, leave.
It's too many cooks.
Wait, did we start?
Yeah.
Oh, you did. I thought you were still setting stuff up.
Nah, I just hit the record
I'm
button.
getting totally overwhelmed by the amount of people in our house.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Sam. I'm your real father. And, no, I don't want to meet up. Anyway, everyone else?
I'm your real father, and I'm not paying for child support.
Oh, boy.
I'm really not.
Lots of process here.
You know me, I'm Connor. I'm also your real father, and I love you very much.
Okay.
We've also got Abby. Are you their father? No?
No, you can't communicate a handshake over an audio medium.
That's true.
Yeah. One day.
I'm nobody's father.
Okay. Nice. And then we got Kathy. You may remember her from the Doki Doki literature stream, and also our one person in the chat during the summer of D&D.
Yes. It me.
Yeah.
And I am Tasha's father.
Nice.
But that's the only person that I am father to.
If you're listening and you know Tasha, give a shout out, like, comment, subscribe.
Hey, and if you're one of my children, which is all of you, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
But only if you want to, kids. You know?
No, you have no choice. This is the only way to earn your biological father's love.
This is a terrifying parallel universe.
Also, I'm Emmett, and I'm Braden's dad, and if I'm anybody else's dad, I don't know about it.
I'm also Braden's dad.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm Braden's mom? Parent of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, Braden has a lot of
In the end,
parents.
aren't we all Braden's dad?
That's
You know?
the most wholesome thing.
That's fair.
Maybe the
Also,
real
I
Braden...
was kind of just hoping we'd keep talking over Emmett and he'd never get a chance.
Also,
45 minutes past, Evan has not said a thing.
Guys, hey,
Been severely middle-childed.
So, Connor, what are we going to do today? And it's me, our special guest, Taika Waititi. I directed the Ragnarok. I directed What We Do in the Shadows, and I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
I was in it.
Yeah, he was.
I was part of it.
Did he?
I did direct it. I did. Me, Taika Waititi.
we should talk about Jojo Rabbit.
We could talk about
I haven't
Jojo
seen
Rabbit.
it.
Anyone seen that?
I have not.
No.
I am Taika
Okay, just me
Waititi,
and
and I have not seen that film.
Me and Connor are the only ones who've seen it, so we'll save it.
Yeah. Also, I don't really have anything negative to say about it, which is usually when you have the most fun talking about a movie.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, so if we have negative things to say,
myself.
wait, guys, if saying negative things about something is the most entertaining way to talk about it, why don't we talk about Emmett for a bit?
Oh.
Nice
Wow.
sweater. Are you an Irish fisherman?
No.
Why'd you spill your beans, Tommy?
I think we're the only two that have seen The Lighthouse too. So
That's also
really
true.
talk about that.
Crap.
Yeah.
Definitely can contribute.
Well, since I don't... has anyone else seen, like, the Clue movie?
No,
Nope.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, I'm going to talk about the Clue movie, because let me tell you guys, the Clue movie is a trip.
Yeah.
It is a... now,
I've heard this.
Now, I will say, it's a bit of a slow start. It's a bit of a slow start. But as you go on, it gets progressively, like incrementally wackier.
I'm down for that.
And it's just like, by the end, it's just like, oh man, how can I describe it in any way that doesn't spoil it, you know?
Yeah.
The Clue movie, though, yeah, it's a hell of a time.
Good conversation.
But also, there are 3 separate endings to the Clue movie with 3 separate culprits.
I love that.
That's wild.
Did they not also make
Very
a
cool.
Clue TV series?
They
I
definitely
ain't a
had
cop.
a Clue book series.
Okay,
and
I
I
read-
read,
what I'm
I
thinking
read
about.
book 19. 'cause
I
that was the
read
only
a
one we
lot
had.
of those.
Yeah, they were in our school library
Yeah,
growing up,
they
and
were
we
in
read
ours.
we read so much of those.
And I also just never solved anything. I just
Yeah, I never got
I
it
just
right.
read through it and I was like, and then they revealed the answer and I was like, wow, that's kind of obtuse and I'm a child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it would be like, I remember some of them would be like real stretches. Like, you know, they would refer to one character by like some very obscure visual trait that you obviously cannot communicate in, you know, being a book. So like it'd be like, yes, they referred to her as having this, which is obviously an inherent character trait of this character within popular culture that you should know every absolute detail about. And it's like, oh, I didn't know that detail about them, so obviously I had no idea it was them.
Yeah.
Must be
But
nice
they were
to
funny,
remember
though.
Stuff from your childhood.
But they were funny though.
Yeah, they were
Kinda
good.
funny.
I remember, there was like a running joke that they would just always be stealing stuff from the guy's mansion.
Well,
Yes,
and
I
also
remember
trying to
that.
murder him and each other.
Yeah, they
Yes.
would also be trying and
But was
failing to murder him.
Didn't he?
Well,
Yeah,
at the
wasn't
beginning
it
of
like he
well, no,
was
at
the
the
one who
beginning of
died
each
for
book,
it?
they would say. At the beginning of each book, is say, "Yeah, it looks like I died at the end of the last one, but I actually did this, and now I'm hosting these people again."
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
What were you saying, Kathy?
I can't remember. I forgot it already.
Oh no. Okay.
Rest in pepperonis,
That's
my
not
dude.
good content.
No, it's not content.
And
And let me tell you, on the HTH Hit the Hay podcast, we exclusively provide good content.
you know,
Thanks, Taika Waititi, for finishing my sentence.
nice.
He's really here, folks.
Anyway, this conversation has been brought to you by the new film Knives Out. Go see it.
Yeah, I actually heard it was alright.
I mean, I'm down for a little whodunit.
Yeah.
Also,
Knives.
like
Yeah,
Daniel
Knives.
Craig and Chris Evans
Well, it's
and
That was
James.
Chris
definitely
Evans.
like a loaded cast.
Yeah, freaking Jamie Lee
Loaded
Curtis.
like a baked potato.
What? Excuse me?
Because you get
You
loaded.
heard the man.
Because you get loaded baked potatoes in like some restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thanks for explaining.
You're welcome.
I mean, we asked you to. But
It's what I do.
I
True. That is what you do.
it was lost on me, but then you explained the joke, and now I am laughing.
You're really not.
I promise you, I've never been so elated in my life.
I'm glad to hear it, Connor. But
Aren't we all laughing?
I really hope not.
isn't
That sounds stressful.
he who laughs last the last laugher?
I think this is a good segue into talking about
Oh no.
the Joker.
So we're not actually going to talk about the 2019 film.
And its dubious portrayal of mental health.
We're not going to talk about it.
Nope.
What we are going to
Or
talk
the fact that
about.
Joaquin Phoenix starved himself, and that caused some serious problems on set.
Yeah.
Yikes. That's oof. That
Yeah.
yikes.
That could open
Like
up
that.
that could open up a whole conversation about, harming yourself for the sake of the art.
Hey, remember when Mark Hamill played the Joker and he just wasn't weird about it?
And on that note, it's time to talk about everything adjacent to the Joker.
Yep. Because apparently, an RPG.
Yeah, Kathy,
Wait.
you want to
Oh,
tell us
yeah.
about this?
So we're going to
this-
cite our sources.
Okay, so someone that I follow on Twitter shared this RPG. It's called Oops, All Jokers, and essentially all of the player characters are Jokers. Any of them, including like film Jokers, or like the Lego Joker, or like the Persona 5 Joker, or
Scooby-Doo Joker.
the Scooby-Doo Joker, which is some top tier content, or like the Joker, as in Amu Hinamori from Shugo Chara. Who, yeah, there's many options here. And
Any
then-
character within any fiction, or I guess reality, that is once referred to themselves as the Joker.
Yeah.
If your friends or family have ever jokingly called you a Joker, congratulations.
You
Or from that
are
one-
now a
You
playable
are a
PC.
playable character.
You're in the roster.
Oh, and I also suggested Seth Rogen based on this line. I'm a toker. I'm a toker. I'm a midnight toker.
From
This
the
song is about weed.
was that a Fleetwood Mac song?
I want
Or
to say
no,
Steely Dan.
Steely
Okay,
Dan.
is Steely
Double
Dan a
check
PC in Oops All Jokers?
He is now.
Is this Steely Dan from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Of course there is.
Yeah, so like you randomly roll what everyone's weapons of choice are, which includes an acid spraying flower, razor sharp playing cards, joy buzzer, etc., etc. Locate various locations you can be in an amusement park, Comic Con, the university, the chemical plant, a staircase, or Olive Garden.
Is this
These are the only locations.
Yes.
Those are the only locations the Joker has ever been seen at.
I would be so down for like a weird like psychological horror RPG that's set in like a labyrinthine Olive Garden.
Or like just like a bunch of jokers in a single stairwell that never leave the stairwell.
Yeah.
Okay, just a bunch of jokers just sitting on the steps talking. They don't even stand up.
Yeah. It's not Steely Dan, it's Steve Miller. I apologize to all the Steve Miller / Steely Dan fans that we heard.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
You also roll for a goal. So, like, if you roll a d6 to determine whether you want to take candy from babies, fake the moon landing, frame Batman for tax fraud, steal the Hope Diamond, run for mayor, or hurt everyone's feelings.
Oh, wait. There should be another one. I cannot believe that they don't have poison the Gotham City water supply on that list.
Well, I want to be Joker from Persona 5, framing Batman for tax fraud.
In a staircase.
Or Steve Miller.
No, but you're like Joker from Persona 5, and you enter Batman's heart and like deal with his unresolved trauma, and then he just stops being Batman, because you've dealt with his issues.
Whoa.
You defeat
Yeah,
Shadow
if Batman went to a therapist, he literally wouldn't have a reason to be Batman.
It's true.
Jacked furry beats up the mentally ill. News at 5.
Yikes. And then, the obstacles are determined by rolling a d20. Police officer, bad weather, Christian Bale Batman, George Clooney
It
Batman,
was just gonna be Christian.
Michael Keaton Batman, Ben
Michael
Affleck
Keaton.
Batman, delicious pasta, vape fog, oil spill, etc. Aggressive techno music, etc., etc.
They're gonna have to.
and Adam West Batman. Very important.
They're gonna have to add Robert Pattinson Batman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Robert
Robert
Pattinson Batman deserves to be on this
Rob
list.
Pattinson.
I'm so here for that, honestly.
Honestly,
Yeah.
back when we were all fragile youths making fun of Twilight or whatever, but Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, actually, social media, they're pretty cool,
They're both really cool people and very talented actors.
Brilliant
Speaking
actors.
of people who are our father, Kristen Stewart is my gay father.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Are those my Doctor Who DVDs?
They absolutely are.
Jinkies.
Well,
They very much are. You're allowed to take them whenever you like. Just not during the podcast.
Okay, because I was saying I might just take those home with
do
me.
it now, Sam. During the podcast, you have your moment.
And
Take
don't
them.
hurt my skeleton.
Yeah, don't hurt.
He
Don't.
has 2 left feet.
Yeah, he does.
Oh wow.
But he dances with all of his heart.
Oh no, you knocked over what might have been either George Foreman KO boxing or Mario Paint. Neither of which work.
That's so tragic.
Yeah, because he knocked him over. You can entirely.
It's okay, just blow on the cartridge.
Oh, ow. That hurts my finger.
Wow, maybe that's what happens when you keep doing whatever it is that you're doing over there.
Have you never seen a flint and steel, Sam?
I have, but they don't look like that and don't work that well.
For those of you at home, I miss you. I'm coming home very soon. But also, for those of you that can't see what's happening, Abby is sitting on the couch just with the flint.
Yeah, it's gonna burn this whole place down.
That's
Yep.
the plan. That's
One
always been
hundo.
the plan.
It really has.
I'll have to clear it with Alvin first, but
And the chipmunks?
no.
That's
Alvin!
I'm a Simonist in practice.
No, and his family who also live upstairs.
Simon and Theodore?
What was the guy's
Dave.
name? Dave.
The guy's
Oh,
Dave.
Dave.
Alvin! You faked the moon landing!
Oh boy.
Alvin, you poisoned Gotham's water supply.
Again!
Now, Emmett, you have to be very clear. It's not just poisoning Gotham's water supply. It's poisoning the Gotham City water supply.
What?
It's like a very specific thing, you know?
Is it?
Yeah. It's like...
Are there other water
City water supply. This has been our ASMR segment.
And then doing a Dave impression?
Anyway.
Is there more than one water supply for Gotham?
No, it's the Gotham City water supply. It's the water supply of Gotham.
Okay.
This is important discourse.
No, listen, because it's like a thing. You know, to have
Is it?
poisoned the Gotham City water supply. Yeah. Because it's, well, first of all, it's something that various Batman, like pretty much all Batman villains have done. And so it's kind of a meme to say that some random person you don't like has poisoned, you're adding to their list of crimes saying that they poisoned the Gotham City water supply.
Is this like right up there with like taking over the entire tri-state area?
Yeah, it's on the level with that.
Yeah, that's right on.
Also, I want to say my personal dream.
Oh, I'm really sorry about the feed on that. Wow.
Yeah, I just want to say that my personal dream, Sam, my dream is to one day release an album that is Sam Hanley sings Doofenshmirtz.
Nice.
Just do all Doofenshmirtz, and not even do them in a Doofenshmirtz voice. Just sing all of the Doofenshmirtz songs.
Well,
Would
are
it
we
be like
talking?
a Christmas album type of thing?
Well, not all of Doofenshmirtz songs are Christmas songs, Emmett.
But
But
release
could
it under a Christmas album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just want, like, the Christmas... Like, Sam sings Doofenshmirtz. I just, like, for some
But the
reason...
album
Just-
cover?
Yeah, it conjures in my
just
mind, like, a
throw some
Christmas,
holly
like...
out there.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm wearing a Santa hat. There's a Christmas tree in the
Santa hat
background, and
with
I'm wearing a
Doofenshmirtz.
white lab
Yeah,
coat.
yeah.
It's just like...
Like a Christmas tree.
There's,
like
but there is
Christmas
one
tree. Like a close-up
Doofenshmirtz.
on an ornamented
There is at
Doofenshmirtz.
least one. There's at least one Doofenshmirtz Christmas song, which is "I Really Don't Hate Christmas," where he's complaining about how he's like doesn't feel like a real villain because he's always just been sort of ambivalent about it.
That's so precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doofenshmirtz is easily one of the most like underrated cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Perry the Platypus. Your timing is impeccable, and by that I mean completely impeccable. And also, Perry the Platypus, I'm not doing anything evil, I'm just buying some real estate. I'm getting a new house.
Capitalism's the real evil.
Truly.
It really is.
Which is why Dr. Doofenshmirtz builds all of his own inventions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he's a self-made man.
he is.
Yeah.
Well, and he,
Especially since the fact that neither of his parents showed up for his birth.
Yeah.
and one of my favorites, because his family lawn gnome disappeared, it was up to him to protect, like, the family garden.
So he became the family lawn gnome.
Oh, and also, another Doofenshmirtz song that I definitely sang was, "My mother's love was always inexplicably linked to kickball."
I remember that one. I'm really glad that we somehow seamlessly transitioned from talk.
Yeah, talking about the Joker to talking about Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, I would.
Alright, Doofenshmirtz is now the Joker RPG.
Oops, all Doofenshmirtz.
That's also good.
Or no,
just one where
Perry the
everybody...
Platypus. I have poisoned the Gotham City water supply because when I was a child, I had to drink raw sewage. That's not the best Doofenshmirtz backstory.
Still,
No.
I've got a proposal here for an RPG that's Oops All Doofenshmirtz, but like you just play as the same Doofenshmirtz. Everybody.
Everyone
Everyone does. You know,
everyone is Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, exactly.
You could technically do. There are
You could
technically
Doofenshmirtz that.
Wait, does that mean you could sing "I found a brand new best friend and it's me"?
nice. Yes, Abby, I see you have a question.
Into the Doofenshmirtz.
Into the Doofenverse. And the fact is that there have been definitely evil alternate timeline Doofenshmirtzes
Yeah.
and things. The fact that I described the alternate timeline Doofenshmirtz as evil and not like the main timeline Doofenshmirtz says something.
Honestly,
He's actually getting a lot of character development on Milo Murphy.
really?
Yeah. Because Milo Murphy is like, Phineas and Ferb was kind of, part of the charm was in the, sort of cyclical nature of it,
Yes.
And how they played with the formula. But Milo Murphy, no, it just has a continuing plot.
Wow.
Things change.
Wait, and
It's-
Doofenshmirtz is in.
He is a main character in Milo Murphy's Law starting in like the second season. He moves in with Milo after like his house burns down or something. Or he loses Evil Incorporated, and he moves in with Milo Murphy and just like stays at his house.
Well,
Okay.
guess we know what Connor's doing over the next few days.
Well, okay, are you guys good with Milo Murphy spoilers? Because this is a big one.
well,
No,
I did
no, I'm
know
not.
what Milo Murphy was 30 seconds ago.
It's true, same.
Because I have a big one about
no, don't
Duke.
spoil it on the
No.
podcast.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go binge it now.
Okay, you go binge Milo Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, also, you know, both Milo Murphy and Phineas and Ferb just have such good songs, you know?
Yes, that is true.
Because, like, Milo Murphy actually has very few songs that are actually sung by Weird Al, who plays Milo, though.
Wow.
Do they still have bowling?
Yeah, no, and, like, Abby's on quite a trip right now as we describe this show.
Also, I'm kind of just looking at Connor's face, and he kind of looks like his
You don't-
world's been flipped upside down.
But in the best way.
But
You
you
don't
know that Milo Murphy is played by Weird Al. Weird Al plays this, like, 13-year-old, and it's great.
Does,
Would be so great.
do
It
they
is, believe me.
Okay.
do they still have Bowling for Soup writing the music?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Can we?
You know, that's a very strange hole in your
In my
seemingly endless database of knowledge.
Well, but do you know what I do know?
What?
Is that they wrote a rap to announce the show Milo Murphy's Law, and it is a trip, let me tell you. We'll do it again. It's Milo Murphy's Law. I only sing like 2 seconds of each of these songs so we don't get eaten by Disney.
Yeah.
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 So the Disney lawyers do not physically consume our flesh,
The
as they
Disney
now
lawyers
own everything.
They're already at the
Just
door.
Manifest in your
That
basement.
happened to this one guy I knew.
What?
The Disney lawyers manifested in his basement and consumed his soul.
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
took
And
all
then
the
his
copyrighted
flesh.
content.
Yeah, very few people even remember he existed. They ate him so thoroughly.
They ate every image of him that ever existed. They surfed through cyberspace.
It's like I don't even remember his name.
I'm really
that
glad.
it happened.
I'm really glad the Dementors were able to find work after Harry Potter.
But also, there is actually a warlock patron on the
Yeah,
homebrew
Mouse.
site Middle Finger of Vecna, which is the brand.
Mm-hmm.
One
I
of
like
the which was given an example was Mickey Mouse, yeah,
I like it.
which is a completely different warlock patron than the Toon, who could also be Mickey Mouse.
Oh no.
That sounds morbid and terrible, which is also a great segue into our next segment.
Yes, you're
Our
right.
our segment way.
Yeah.
Our centipede has body segments.
So
Oh no.
I'll introduce this.
How do I? Again, this is a question that I have every time.
SCP.com.
Sam, you spoiled it. I was gonna introduce. In any case, so we missed Halloween. We were hoping to, have maybe do this and it'd be spooky and great.
Uh-oh.
But what we want to do is,
Ooh, November.
yeah,
I'm just gonna. So you say what you were gonna say.
we're gonna browse the SCP wiki. And for those of you who don't know what SCP is, it stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. So it's basically this fictional organization that, houses both weird and scary and absolute goofy, just strange things. And some of the things that you find on there will be absolutely disturbing, the worst nightmare you've ever, anyone's ever thought of, or just like a teddy bear that goes around and collects teeth. Like, it's goofy, it's weird, it's funny.
It's hopefully not actually goofy.
Speak for yourself.
Okay,
George.
guys. Quick segue before we go into the SCP wiki. You guys remember that 2003 collection of Mickey Mouse shorts, and the one that just had really terrifying zombie Goofy chase Mickey for a while?
No.
And it was
Nope.
just really disturbing?
No.
Nope.
Cool. Just me.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's a real thing, and as I've looked it up multiple times.
You know what's also a real thing? Is the website scp.com.co, which Google Chrome autocorrected to,
I think
which
is a Colombian health site.
Sociedad Colombiana de Pediatria.
The Colombian Pediatric Society.
So, we're just gonna try and see if we can actually get to spc.com.
SCP, just Google SCP wiki.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
svp.com. Let's see if this works.
I don't think it is going to work.
To the TV.
See, one of the cool things about SCP is that
Okay, fine.
Is that it has both securing containing, and protecting.
SCP
Both, and then you listed three
Wiki.
things.
I sure did.
Like, the more that you browse this wiki, the more deep lore that you can just find of, like, this, like, weird organization.
Yeah.
It's scp-wiki.net.
Yeah.
Emmett.
I didn't
Jinkies.
say look up scp.com.
Also,
Just say scp wiki
also,
and you'll
guys,
find
quick
it.
shout out. Shout out to SCP-1550.
What?
That's
Send out
Oh.
a shout out to SCP-1550.
Okay, is there a random page thing on here?
I'm sure there is.
Discover. Oh, yeah, random SCP.
All
Discover content. Here we go, y'all.
It's
Oh,
time
content.
for some content.
Yeah, warning, this Foundation database is classified. Welp.
Which is why it's easily accessible. SCP-1673. Object class safe.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Nice.
Safe boy.
Alright. So,
So I guess we'll each read off a random one.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
sure.
can do. Yeah,
Just
we
go
got.
around. Like, we'll do the Cliff Notes version so that we don't take.
Oh, yeah, we got
forever,
time.
but, like,
Now, I once, I made a couple of submissions that never went through to the SCP Wiki.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
want
Interesting.
to hear them right
Too
now.
bad. The SCP Wiki won't let you.
they're too
Too classified.
redacted. Yeah.
So.
They're so redacted, they didn't make it past the moderators.
So. So these are first the special containment procedures for SCP-1673. It is to be surrounded by a perimeter at a distance of 500 meters.
Okay.
It is to be patrolled by 3 teams of 2 guards at all times.
Okay.
This perimeter is to have a 1.5 meter concrete wall
Fair
with
enough.
security
Sorry, 1.5 meter thick or 1.5 meter high?
Who's to say?
It
Redacted.
just says 1.5 meters.
I'm gonna say tall, but it
I wanna
might
say
also.
thick.
I would.
It,
Yeah, because I say a 1.5 meter high. That's like person size.
yeah.
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 I'm like 1.75 meters and I'm not that tall.
Okay.
Well, we leave it up to your imagination, dear listener.
With
Dear viewer, it's up for you to decide what you truly believe.
Also, Sam, right now I'm gonna have to ask you to get a different chair.
Oh my gosh, yes!
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's been
This
squeaking the whole
entire
time.
podcast
100. I hope you've been
plagued
enjoying
by
it
the
at
sound
home.
of that goddamn stool.
See, I was thinking of saying it earlier, and then I forgot, and then I just remembered.
Noticed again, and you're like,
Oh,
oh,
fair
good.
warning, the cushion on that one isn't attached, so don't, like...
It
You're
also-
not my real dad, Abby. You can't tell me what to do.
It sounds just as squeaky.
No, this one's fine.
Nah, this one's fine.
I was dizzy for a second there.
So,
Careful.
1.5 meter concrete wall, take that how you will, with security personnel stationed every 20 meters.
Okay.
Any person found inside of SCP-1673's interior is to be issued a Class B amnestic.
That's mind wipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Those who do not
Men in
respond to amnestics will be detained.
Oof.
Description. SCP-1673 is a cemetery located on the outskirts of the former town of Westkin, West Virginia.
See, I told you it was spooky.
Yep. It takes up 1.4 hectares and contains approximately 60 graves and 1 mausoleum. A wrought iron fence surrounds the cemetery's boundaries. The gravestones belong to Westkin's original settlers, and the latest interment dates back to 1845.
Internment.
Internment.
During the hours of 4 a.m. to 7 p.m., SCP-1673 displays no anomalous properties.
Cool.
If a person enters SCP-1673 during its active period and remains there for at least 15 minutes, its anomalous properties will manifest.
Oh.
Here we go. The anomalous properties time.
SCP-1673 will begin to manifest ambulatory human limbs constructed
Nice.
from its soil.
Excuse me.
Nice.
So the picture that I've been given is just like just a bunch of hands sticking out of the ground,
Oh, so it's like zombie, like.
but
hands.
just hands.
Made of dirt.
And then, yeah,
just
they're not-
random limbs.
Yeah.
Oops. All
He's-
And
hands.
like the limbs actually belong to
all
limbs
legs.
are
Here's-
the graveyard.
Here's the thing. These limbs will resemble human hands and arms. However, testing has shown that they contain no human biological material whatsoever.
Huh. Fascinating.
They will begin to follow the person around SCP-1673 for a period lasting between 1 and 3 hours.
I love this. When are we visiting?
We're going to West Virginia.
This sounds really kinky.
Here's the thing, it just said human limbs, so what if one day it was just a bunch of legs? Like, it's just legs sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
They said they're usually hands or
Hands and
arms.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's
imagine
like
Usually.
usually.
After this time
You never
passes, the constructs will begin to interact with the person.
Here we go.
Alright.
These
Okay.
limbs will attempt to perform small actions that are beneficial to the person,
Hand job.
including
This is a family podcast, Abby. Think of all our child viewers who are Emmett.
We were all thinking it. They were just the one to say it.
including tying shoelaces, adjusting clothing, brushing off dust from the person's clothing, and attempting
Oh, you
to
can't go out like that, honey. We gotta clean you up a bit.
to give the person a massage.
Like,
There you go!
but just jumping real quick to these arms are made of dirt. Yeah, they're brushing dust off of you, and they're just like leaving more dirt, and you're like, thank you, but I'm sorry, please.
It's
By
like,
the individual.
Oh, no.
trust no one, not even
Oh
yourself.
no. Initially, the limbs will attempt to perform these gestures extremely carefully. However, these actions can result in extreme bodily harm due to the excessive amount of force the constructs can exert in performing them. Usually, subjects will attempt to exit the cemetery as quickly as possible. The limbs will impede any attempt to exit SCP-1673. This will continue until the person is either removed from SCP-1673 or expires. If the person is removed, SCP-1673 will return to an inert state. However, if the user expires while within SCP-1673 as a result of its actions, the limbs will bury the person's body. Any attempt to approach the body before it is buried will be met with hostile force.
Huh. These cemetery hands. They got some things going on.
They had some stuff to work out.
Yeah.
Whack.
I
Well-
mean, at least they're trying. They're doing their
They're doing
best.
their
They're
best.
doing their best,
Let's
and
not
sometimes...
judge the cemetery hands. Okay?
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, this ended up a lot more wholesome than I expected going
it's
in.
like, it starts off with like cemetery. It's like, it's gonna be spooky.
But now
Ooh,
it's-
gross, zombie hands. Oh, they're just trying to help you out and
Yeah.
maybe kill you in the process.
But then by trying to wipe the dust off your
Forcefully
leg,
dust your and massage you.
Hey,
But, like-
listen, that's how I want to go, alright? I want to go when a bunch of cemetery hands, I want them to massage me to death, okay? Like, listen, put that in my will, that's how I want to go.
or by
That doesn't make any sense. In your will, you're already dead for reading your will.
Listen, Emmett.
I mean, I think it's more going to be an expression of disappointment. It's like, I know this is how I wanted to go, but I know for a fact none of you lived up to this.
None of you let
Or
me
like-
do it.
What's up, fuckers? I'm dead and you've all disappointed
Well,
me.
Abby, this is a family podcast.
Auntie
so
Sue
watch your
listens
link.
to this.
Yeah, she does. My mom.
Oh, shit.
You is thanks, Abby.
Oh, no.
I don't care.
So
Go for it, dude.
Oh, but my mom's gonna be a little sad.
But
All right,
I need
let's, move on.
everyone to like me so much, including and especially Auntie Sue.
She loves you. Okay. Let's.
But she's
I
a little
think that's-
disappointed right now.
That's enough for that particular entry.
yeah. So I'm just gonna
Are we
hang
gonna
on. Let me find
pass
the.
this clockwise or counterclockwise?
I'm gonna pass it counterclockwise.
Okay.
We're gonna end on you.
All right.
That's clockwise.
Yep.
It
really is.
Crap.
Okay.
Goofed it up. This
Well,
one-
Reen. Oh, okay. Well, I got another safe one. Let's see. It's safe.
Safe.
Well, there's safe, Euclid, and Keter. So safe is don't worry about it. It's just a bunch of cemetery hands. It might kill you, but whatever.
Like, it's not an immediate threat, like, it's contained.
Yeah, and Euclid is oops, whoa, something spooky's going on here. And Keter is like could end the world. Oopsies.
Yeah, Euclid is like, this is definitely gonna hurt you. And yeah, Keter's.
It's gonna hurt you more. Samples of SCP-1232 are to be
Samples?
kept in cryogenic storage in Bioresearch Site 21. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Nope, you can't experiment on it. They used to say you could, but they crossed it out. Sorry. Sorry to everyone who is looking to work on the cryogenic
There
samples
goes
of
my Friday.
SCP-1232. At the time required for a majority of testing greatly exceeds 1 month. D-class personnel, A-class hazardous material, etc. Incidences of SCP-321 in the stage are difficult to separate from the general population. That's a shame. The recommended means of identification through those known instances include common symptom progression in this stage, the removal of...
This is so. It's like I don't even know what's going on over there.
Listen, the removal of reproductive organs seem to help the progress of the condition.
Oh wait, so is this like an STD?
I'm the worst about to find out.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And the residual symptoms are susceptible to treatment by most tricyclic antidepressants.
Okay.
Thank God. In the second stage, are untreatable due to the disruption of the physiologic process taking place. Furthermore, even if treated, their reintroduction into society would be problematic.
Well, what does it do?
Well, we're getting to the description of it. Those are just...
Oh yeah, this is the procedures.
But, people who have been gone untreated are to be euthanized or left on their own to expire and cremated.
Jeez.
Alright.
Cool!
Can't have that.
SCP is the designation given to a mixture of misfolded variants of redacted proteins capable of causing a condition designated Novosadov syndrome. The precise mechanism of action is unknown. Administration of isolated mixes of human subjects, discernible effects, weekly... Okay. All right. So, does not... So I think we're pretty clear that it's a disease. Does not denure easily by heat treatment alone. Can withstand temperatures up to 230 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds.
Okay.
Pretty hot.
Yep.
15 seconds though.
Yeah, so it's like, maybe if it's like, a little colder, it can, withstand it a little longer, but not that long.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'd just like to say I have spots in my vision from lighting the flint and
So stop doing it! Anyway. Novosadov syndrome is a progressively developing condition caused by the introduction of a sufficient quantity of SCP-1232 into a human body. Yum. A dose of approximately 50 micrograms administered intravenously appears sufficient to cause the condition in 50% of tested D-class subjects. Jinkies.
D-class subjects with
Wait,
the
what?
lore of SCP. So D-class
Are expendable randos that you can test
So basically,
things
they're
on.
like death row inmates that SCP has acquired to use as human test subjects.
Yeah.
Okay.
We love this.
Yeah.
The onset of the condition can be split into two phases. During the first phase, which sets in approximately 1 to 3 weeks after the introduction, have become increasingly perfunctory and depressed. Oh.
Well.
Oh.
Is that it?
No, I'm just reading the rest of this, and I kind of don't want to say the rest of it.
I'll read it if you don't want to.
No, I don't think we should read it. Because no, this is just like, yeah.
It's sexually transmitted depression.
Pretty much.
Oh no.
Was first isolated from the bodily fluids of Private VI Novosadov on something 1954.
What you been doing, Private?
Okay, basically this is just like the super STD.
He's been involved in some private affairs.
And they cut your genitals off.
No.
Fun stuff. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this SCP reading, everybody. Let's go to another one.
Yeah, something else.
We got helpful graveyard hands. We got sexually transmitted depression.
This is like, one of those memes, come visit SCP. We've got.
Alright, how do I get to...
We've got
for the
graveyard
graveyard
boys.
Leave with a sexually transmitted
God damn.
Alright.
Alright. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
You guys are on?
I have one.
Awesome. What's the number?
It's 3108. It's safe. It's a modified Nerf gun.
Nice. I think I know this one.
Yeah. To be contained in a standard anomalous object containment vault in Site-64, not to be removed except for testing purposes. Proposed tests must be approved in advance. Ammunition must be stored in a separate containment unit. Handled by security staff only. Cannot be used in cross-testing with other SCP objects.
So you can't shoot the sexually transmitted depression with a modified Nerf gun.
Yeah. Right.
Shooting one of the graveyard hands.
Not with that attitude.
Yep. Alright, so SCP-3108 is a heavily modified Nerf brand dart gun, which demonstrates anomalous transformative properties when paired with SCP-3108-1, a foam dart discovered loaded within SCP-3108 at the time of recovery. It does not demonstrate these properties when firing Nerf darts other than this one, nor does that one dart demonstrate these properties when fired from a different dart gun.
Okay,
This is my next question.
This is a problem because Nerf darts get lost like almost immediately.
But
after
if
firing.
there's only one of them, you keep track of that like it's your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wear it on
And
a little
guys,
necklace.
because then it's Nerf or nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly.
Alright. So
Nerfing.
the phrase "OP, please Nerf" is inscribed on exterior of SCP-318-1 in red ink. When SCP-3108 fires SCP-3108-1 into a target, said target would instantaneously be altered in such a way that the result is perceived as worse or inferior by the individual wielding the object. The transformation can range from minor alterations to complete molecular reconstruction.
Wow.
The law of conservation of mass does not affect transformations caused by SCP-3108, and noticeable increases or decreases in mass have occurred often in testing. The resulting objects or organisms do not show any evidence of anomalous traits. Transformations do not represent any objective value scale, but rather stem solely from the opinions of the current holder.
So wait, is this like a Nerf gun that nerfs you?
Yes.
100%. Whatever
Yes.
you shoot it at is hence Nerf.
It's a Nerf gun.
It's yeah.
This
What
is why
Nerf
SCP
gun?
exists.
This makes
Yeah.
me wonder, what about your SCP submissions?
They got rejected?
They-
Well, it's more like because I didn't put enough effort into like.
If they'll
getting
take
through
a
the system.
freaking Nerf gun.
Yeah.
Why is this not in Containment by Lord Bung?
Yeah, so disassembly of it has proven impossible due to anomalous nature because all tools attempting to deconstruct the object are transformed into broken or fake equivalents. The anomalous properties were discovered during a birthday party for 10-year-old Jacob Pierce in Redacted, Oregon. It is presumed SCP-3108 was fired at a concrete wall, resulting in the concrete being replaced by loosely stacked stones. The wall collapsed, causing minor injuries to 3 civilians. Foundation involvement came after the family sued the contractor for their home after the incident. The anomalous effect that caused the transformation was eventually traced to the gun following examination of the incident's location. During post-incident investigation, Jacob's brother, 19-year-old Nathan Pierce, was identified a member as the GOI Gamers Against Weed. Pierce...
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's so much going on.
Pierce
here.
had been previously known to the Foundation and had been designated a person of interest -6897 due to his creation of SCP Redacted and SCP Redacted. Subsequent attempt to detain target failed.
Sorry, how did you pronounce that word?
Redacted?
Subsequent.
No.
Yeah.
Subsequent.
Yes.
Subsequent?
Yes.
Subsequent.
Anyways, yeah, and then it's got a partial test log here.
Please,
Anything interested?
please.
If there's any good memes.
Yeah.
Target 1 can of Coca-Cola. Result 1 can of Pepsi-Cola.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Alright, target 1 male Rattus nervigicus specimen. Result 1 male specimen of Hirdamarix purpureus. What is the casual... So essentially turned a rat into an ant.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
Nerfed. It's nerf for nothing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the reason that this
Who
is
thinks
so...
the immediate step down from a rat is an ant? You know, it's like, oh, God. If only this rat was a little
be
worse.
like a mouse.
Yeah, or like something of that nature, not like
Oh.
an ant.
I never said one step down.
It just said it would be
Rats, rats are OP.
That's
nerd.
OP.
Please,
No, ants are OP.
Yeah.
Ants are OP in real life.
They really are.
They're
What
more
do
ants.
what do I do here?
Random is somewhere on the side, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was it, Connor?
Your mouse pad's way more sensitive than mine.
So am I.
Random SCP.
There we go.
Yeah.
How do I click?
You just got
There
tapped.
we go.
These kids today in their Weber nets.
Oh, it's got a bunch of audio. It's just a bunch of audio files.
Oh.
Do we want to
Yeah.
try that
No,
one or try
just
something
press
else?
the button.
Let's try something else. Oh, there we go.
Come on, 1550.
It's another bunch of
What?
audio
Why is
files.
there another audio
Oh, no, is
file?
this the same one? Try it again.
I'll find it again.
Maybe
This
this
is
is
1159.
an SCP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here
there
we go. All right. Oh, we got a Euclid.
Oh.
Oh, finally.
So this is 1967.
Good year.
196.7. All right.
That's
Special.
like the most unintuitive way to read four numbers.
It makes
Oh.
sense.
All right. Any entrance to SCP-196-7 is to be constructed over, and security personnel posing as homeowners are to be assigned to guard it. Residential homes connected to
I wish I got to
SCP-1967.
pose as a homeowner.
Same. Residential homes connected to SCP-1967 are to be purchased through the Foundation Realty Front Suburban Community Purchases and be guarded in the same manner. Only personnel from it's got a Greek symbol. It's got a Greek character. MTF Greek character 7 home improvement in quotation marks are permitted to enter SCP-1967.
SCP has its own real estate company?
Yeah, dude. They've got deep lore.
I wish I had deep lore or friends.
All right. Y'all want to hear about what this is?
Yeah, we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
SCP-1967 is a spatial anomaly currently known to exist in 3 locations. A suburban neighborhood in Plantation, Florida, an office building in Miami, Florida, and an apartment building in Miami, Florida. Fucking Florida. Frickin' Florida.
This is where Florida Man
I'm
comes
really
from.
sorry, Mom.
I'm really hoping that Florida man himself is listening to this podcast.
I am too, but
He's my favorite superhero.
Yeah. It can be entered via a number of different entrances, with current means including a swimming pool, a rabbit hole, jumping a certain distance from a swing, and through approximately 22 side yards.
I love this.
As of 11/16/1987, approximately redacted separate entrances and exits have been found. Subjects entering SCP will see it as a large field bordered by the backs of homes, offices, and apartments. The geography of this area, subjects may not observe and place objects into the interior of the buildings appearing to border SCP-1967, but will not be able to enter them. Huh?
well, you can place like a brick on one of the buildings outside the field, but you can't enter the buildings outside the field when you're in the field. So, like, all right,
You
know,
can't,
you can't-
enter
wait,
the
what?
buildings outside the field when you're in the...
So if you...
Like, that's generally how being places works.
You can't go into a building from the field.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can't... Oh, I get it now.
If you're going into the field, you're in the field.
Your WC
buildings...
fields.
You're
Buildings
standing
border...
in your
Okay,
field.
buildings bordering SCP-1967 are not physically located near it, but appear to be connected through proximity to SCP-1967 entrances. I'd just like to say that I feel like Emmett's like my math teacher, like looking over
No,
me
I'm
as
just,
I'm struggling with
trying
the
to figure this
problem.
thing out myself. It's like I'm trying to read this, and it's like I don't know if I understand.
Maybe that's the real SCP. It was kind of hard to understand.
SCP-1967 was discovered on 11/18/1959 when a resident of Redacted reported its properties to the local police. Agents were able to suppress information about SCP-1967's properties. Sorry, I had to burp. And were able to successfully enact containment.
Cool.
Okay, good for
I'm
them.
just...
So right now it just sounds like a weird field.
Yeah. There's a bunch of addendums.
Let's go through some of these.
Addendum 1967-1. Personnel have noted seeing children moving through SCP-1967. Truly the spookiest thing.
Yeah.
The reports are currently being investigated. Oh, we're finding out some more about the children in Addendum 1967-3. The children have been identified as residents of Redacted, with their method of entering SCP-1967 currently being unknown. Personnel have been instructed to keep observation of these subjects until their method of entrance is determined. Okay, so we didn't learn anything about the children, really.
All we know is they don't.
Some
Well,
of the
they're from
entrances have
Redacted.
been blocked.
Redacted, Michigan.
Isn't Michigan itself
So is
just
it
an
like-
SCP?
You get to this field by going through one of these 3 places, but
Oh
then
no,
you can't
there are
get
a whole
out.
bunch of places that you
Yeah.
can get through.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry,
but
that's
what are like the... Okay, what was the...
It's kind of like
It exists... So it's a field, but it exists in a suburban neighborhood, an office building, and an apartment building?
Well, probably like those are where the entrances have been found or something.
But they just said
Well,
there were,
but
like,
the
a whole
entrances
bunch
are
of
all...
entrances.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they found a bunch more entrances.
so,
So,
there's
like,
just,
It
You
could be
can
like
enter-
multiple entrances within the one office building too.
But it just goes into a field,
Yeah.
and there's children in the
Oh.
field, and there's like other buildings in the field that you can't get into.
oh,
So I guess that's kind of spooky, I guess.
Yeah,
And there's like children running around.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
Well, consider me spooked.
that is. I mean, that's not inherently dangerous, but that is real word.
Oh, do we want to do a dramatic reading of this interview?
There's like an audio log
Absolutely.
in here.
Okay.
Oh, Emmett,
Sure.
do the-
Do you want to...
Okay.
Do you...
And remember, kids, all SCPs are Creative Commons.
Okay, so there's subject 1967-A and Dr. Boyd. Which one do you want to be?
I'll be Dr. Boyd.
Okay.
When did you first notice the anomaly?
You mean the back roots? We knew about it as kids. It was just the space between the houses. We'd use it to play hide and seek or manhunt and get to other houses to play whatever.
And you didn't find the properties unusual.
Nah, man, we were just kids. We thought everyone had it that way. It's not like there were many other neighborhoods to compare it to, you know what I'm saying?
All right. How long did you use it?
Probably from when I was, I want to say 4, but it might have been a bit earlier, to when I was 12. Yeah, I was 12. I remember it because it happened at my birthday party.
What happened?
The guards showed up.
Guards?
Well, I think you'd know a lot more about it than I would.
Humor me.
Fine.
Ah!
Um,
I'm trying.
You guys have a weird game going on here, don't you? The guards were the owners, I guess, or the people who lived in the back roots. After they showed up, they chased us whenever we went in. Never actually went through and caught us, just chased us. Guess they didn't want kids on their lawn.
How long did this go on?
Well, I don't know. Probably the rest of the time I was a kid, I guess. The other kids were living on the block, didn't really remember the back roots that they grew up on. They kind of grew out of it, looked at me funny when I talked about it.
But you still had access.
Yeah, through a hedge in my yard.
What did you do if nobody else was around?
You're really persistent in this carrying on. I'd just mess with the guards, throw stuff at them, try to provoke them. They never chased me if I didn't point myself out to them. It might have been the mask.
Mask?
Yeah, I wore a mask so the guards couldn't get me, see? If they couldn't see my face, they wouldn't make me forget.
And how long did this go on?
Through my middle school and high school years, I went off to college. I guess it kind of got lost in the shuffle.
Is this what caused it to deactivate?
Look, I don't know, man. Y'all were the ones in charge around here. Why don't you tell me?
Can you explain?
You guys, the guards. Are we gonna start the game again soon or what? Because this is getting a little tiresome.
End log. Closing statement. Subject 1967A disappeared from Foundation custody shortly after the completion of this interview and has been marked as a person of interest.
Oh boy.
Whack.
That was honestly the most scary and interesting part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
I have noticed that about a lot of SCPs, where it's just like, it's not necessarily like creepy, it's just vaguely weird.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of, I think, where like some of the, I guess, horror comes in, is that it's disorienting rather than like outwardly like, oh, things are falling apart and dying.
Yeah.
It's more like just slightly uncanny,
Yeah,
and that
something's not right.
digs away at you, and something's not right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and a lot of this seems to be like the universal experience of like the liminal space between houses that they just turned into an SCP, which is common in, like, I've read some other SCPs that are kind of like it's the airport. You know how time isn't real in an airport? That kind of a thing.
Yeah, so like it sort of plays on like those like little things and like makes it into. So that's one of the cool things about SCP, I guess.
Yeah.
In the theater that I work at, we have the entire like upper level.
The upper,
Yes.
the upper lever.
Yes. And it used to be a functioning bar, and they like made nice food up there, like way back in the day.
They just make ghosts.
Who's to say?
now they just make shitty food.
But no, it's completely closed down and
Yeah.
closed off, and like they have no plans to bring it back into business.
Yeah, because I was wondering what that whole like UFO on top of like the Colossus was.
Yeah,
Oh.
so that used to be a bar.
No, but I thought you could like go and they like hosted birthday parties up there or something.
They also used to do that, but they
They
don't
don't
do that anymore. No, the
They
whole
haven't
area's
done
just-
that in 25 years.
Not since the incident.
I wholeheartedly believe that the top of the Colossus is an SCP.
Oh, I would not be surprised.
can
It's
you
at
split
least a liminal space. Like
Yeah.
half of that theater is a liminal space.
Theaters in general are for
Yeah.
Especially since like it was built in 1998.
The year I was born.
I'm older than that building,
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
which is weird to say.
Whoa, am I the youngest one here?
Yep.
You
Yes.
really are.
Huh, wow.
Yeah, and like
Skeleton's younger than you.
see, you know,
Sure enough.
you know how the concession part like technically goes all the way around. So now we have walls set up on just the one side, but that used to be fully functional. Like you used to have people working the whole way around,
Yeah, yeah.
and now it's just closed down because
Like, I'm getting the feeling like the management is desperately trying to work around this building being haunted.
In
Or
any
just-
case,
I maybe need to actually go to the Colossus one day so I can understand what you're talking about when you talk about work.
yeah.
Oh, also, I'd like to say something. So, I worked at Fort Langley NHS for 2 summers, and I volunteered
Explain what
there.
NHS means.
National Historic Site.
Okay, cool.
So, I've worked there quite a bit, and I volunteered there quite a bit. But it's sometimes, especially when it's October and they're doing like their spooky Grave Tales ghost walk, seems like a lot of people have ghost stories, but I just don't, you know? Like, I have
Maybe you are the ghost.
relatable. No, actually, this happened to me so many times when I worked there. I'd just be sitting in a building, like, hanging out, and then someone would come in and was like, oh, hello, bonjour, and they'd be like, ah, you scared me. And it's just like, why is that? And they're like, oh, I thought you were a mannequin. It's like, okay.
Just have that look about you.
No, that just happened to me, like, weirdly often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also,
People
I'd
were
just
always,
like
like,
to say-
screaming. They enter a room,
Oh, I see.
it's like, hello.
Okay.
I'd just like to say the spots in my vision aren't actually from looking at the flint. They're because from my vantage point, there's a light exactly beside Sam's head, so I'm just staring into a light fixture.
regardless, we've got one final SCP to go through before we end our podcast. So
Alrighty.
I'm going to hit
Alright.
that random button, and let's hope we get something spicy.
1550.
Ooh, wow. This does look like a big
It
one.
is a Keter class.
So this is SCP 4049.
Had some really perfect escalation here.
So this says level 4, 4049. It's got like a little infographic on top that says
looks newer,
it's like
yeah.
classified Keter level. So special containment procedures. Dimensional containment area 23 is to be guarded
Dimensional containment.
by Applied Task Force Iota 9 Dimension Dogs. Okay.
Sorry. That's
That's the task force guarding
Dude,
this thing.
I want a dimension
Yeah.
dog.
Same.
So the 15-meter corridor.
That one leads.
True.
It's a horse.
Perfectly normal.
in any case-
It was yeah.
The 50-meter corridor that leads to the entrance of SCP-4049 is to be sealed with an airlock separating it from the rest of the facility. In addition, the corridor is to be outfitted with motion detectors connected to a series of deterrents staggered along the hallway, including one LRAD 2000X sound cannon, 2 M2 Browning machine guns, air conditioning system capable of venting sarin gas into the corridor. Wow. Following a confirmed SCP-4049-A event, experiments involving SCP-4049 are to be immediately suspended, and ATF Iota-9 is to be put on high alert until an SCP-4049-B event is confirmed. If it does not occur within 2 months of an A event, a D-class personnel will be utilized to manually initiate a 4049-B event. Okay, I'm gonna... Foundation monetary assets will be put to use lobbying for pro-animal rights and anti-hunting legislation within the states of Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, as well as swaying public opinion against hunting for sport.
What?
Foundation assets embedded in hospitals and police departments will report any instances of spontaneous combustion to check for 4049-A events.
What?
Foundation agents are to follow up on any of these to confirm the occurrence.
putting the containment.
Can
the
I just say real
procedures
quick?
before the description is such a good storytelling.
But can
Yeah.
I say real quick, Nani?
Yeah, that is a good storytelling device. Like, it's like it gets you really hooked in. It's like, wow, this thing is like
It's,
so nuts.
and
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck
This
is
is what
going
we
on?
do
What the
with
frick
it.
is going on?
So you're like,
I
oh
appreciate
boy.
that you're making an effort, Abby.
Yeah. In any case, so this is the description.
That's
SCP
what the high school report cards said.
SCP-4049 is the designation for an extra-dimensional space, the entrance of which is located behind a steel door in the basement of Redacted, a former arms factory in Wyoming, USA. GPS systems entering the anomaly invariably fail. That's a bunch of hard words in a row. And accessing SCP-4049's vicinity by any other means other than the steel door have proven ineffective, leading to bare ground. So SCP-4049 appears as a circular room with a floor consisting of soil, within the walls and ceiling constructed of a smooth white marble. All attempts to acquire a sample of these materials have resulted in failure due to the sample spontaneously combusting when passing through the dimensional threshold. The room is 20 crossed out, 23 meters across, and contains a series of 2 crossed out, 3 concentric circles of graves.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
it's expanding!
No.
12 crossed out, 13 of which have small white marble tombstones, with a circular 2-meter wide empty area at the center. Each tombstone has I think this is Russian lettering carved into it. It's like KUWV, but it's sort of like with like a bit of a different script
Where is it?
right here.
That's Greek. I can't read
Okay,
that.
so Greek. Engraved into it.
Get it right.
So, it is Greek. It reads it out for us, which linguists have confirmed to be hound in a dialect of ancient Greek.
Well, dude, this is like have we had multiple mentions of spooky dogs, or am I just tripping?
We have,
Yeah.
like, in
Oh.
previous episodes of,
Yeah.
like, when we went through the cryptid wiki,
There was
like, we just kept getting dogs.
The white fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, SCP-4049-A is a phenomenon that appears to occur exclusively to male individuals that resides in the state of Wyoming, Idaho, or Montana, and have a notable interest in hunting for sport. While in some form of religious animal worship, the individual will spontaneously combust and vanish, leaving behind all clothes and objects previously on their person, as well as a stone-tipped arrow driven into the ground near their previous location.
Whoa.
At the end of a SCP-4049-A event, a new tombstone instantaneously appears over a previously unmarked grave within 4049. So SCP-4049-1 is a collective designation for any entity originating from the inside of SCP-4049 during an SCP-4049-B event. SCP-4049-1 instances vary to some degree in their dimensions and weight, but all have the following traits in common. Quadrupedal posture, extreme hostility towards human and animal life, abnormally thick skin, a natural tendency to avoid their own reflection, muscled legs used to jump forward at high velocity, disproportionately long arms with four-clawed paws, screeching vocalizations, a face identical to the most recent victim of SCP-4049-A, an internal anatomy resembling a human's but with several differences such as a reinforced spine, 2 hearts, no reproductive system, and an additional row of teeth and an enlarged mouth to house them. So basically, hunters within Wyoming, Montana, and whatever the other state was,
Idaho.
and Idaho, they go missing, and in their spot there's like an arrowhead, and then presumably they manifest from within this steel door as these monsters.
Oh boy.
But they still have the face of the person that disappeared.
Wait, so is it just full of these
Doggos?
So within 60 days of an SCP-4049-A event, an SCP-4049-B event has a 98% chance of occurring. An SCP-4049-B event has, to date, never really occurred within 30 days of an A event. A B event consists of an SCP-4049-1 instance clawing its way out of the dirt at the center of SCP-4049 and attempting to breach the steel door. Its intention and destination are unknown. If this does not occur within 60 days of an A event, it will occur anywhere from 20 to 50 days following the initial 60, which has been crossed out, replaced with any point following the initial 60 days, with a 10% increase in the size of SCP-4049-1 instance for every subsequent week. So basically, every week that passes, it'll be a bigger monster that comes out. Love that. So a B event can also be triggered by placing a living human subject in the dirt circle to draw out an SCP-4049-1 immediately following the A event. So the A event is the disappearance. B event is the thing coming out, and the doggo itself is 1.
Okay.
So that's a little confusing to follow, but ooh, this is interesting. SCP-4049-2 is an incorporeal entity that is capable of orally communicating. It has demonstrated the ability to manipulate electronic devices to its will. SCP-4049-2 has currently only been encountered during Incident 1372. So, scrolling down a little bit to see what that instance is. So, on September 17th, redacted, a Foundation agent embedded within the Wyoming State Patrol reported an A event after finding a vehicle in flames with an elk carcass tied to it and a stone-tipped arrow nearby. Dimensional Containment Area 23 and ATF Iota 9 were put on high alert and began preparing for an imminent SCP-4049-B event. By December 3rd, a B event had not occurred, and the decision was made by the regional director to manually initiate an event to prevent the 4049-1 instance from growing too large to contain. A D-class personnel was sent in to manually initiate the event. An audio transcript is attached. All right. So incident log transcript to date December 4th. How many characters do we have here? Just 2. I'll need 1 person.
I'll help.
Sure. So, okay, begin log. I'll do command. You want to do D?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Enter through the door, please.
All right, I'm heading in.
He opens the door and walks in. What do you see?
Just what you said it'd be here. White dirt, walls, the gravestones.
Move towards the center of the room.
Fine.
He takes 2 steps before stopping.
What the hell?
What is it?
I just heard a dog bark. What the frick? Where did that come from?
Keep moving. Tell us if you hear anything else.
Okay.
Now respond.
I feel like there's someone here.
We don't see anything. Are you sure?
I don't know. I can just feel...
A stream of interference cuts out the camera and audio link. An unknown disembodied female voice, later classified as SCP-4492, begins directly speaking to command through the audio link. Somebody want to read that one?
You have been ruining my pets for too long. Do you know how long I was using this particular pit before you came along?
Identify yourself immediately or we will take aggressive action.
You intrude upon my grounds and have the audacity to threaten me? Human arrogance truly knows no bounds.
All communications are cut out. No response is received further. Attempts to reestablish contact fail.
Jinkies.
So several seconds after the following exchange, the largest SCP-1 instance to date, or SCP-4049-1 instance to date, at 11.2 meters tall, exited 4049 and initiated a 4049-B event. Only a simultaneous combustion of all deterrents and sustained small arms fire from ATF Iota-9 were able to terminate the SCP-4049-1. No further communications were received from the unknown entity, and personnel found no evidence of any unauthorized personnel in SCP-4049, nor any remains of the Class D personnel.
Wow. Also, let's just take a moment to acknowledge 11.2 meters tall.
Large.
That's so big.
So,
Like, have you ever been in an empty swimming pool? That's 3 meters.
Yeah.
And that's almost 3 times that.
yeah. So, we got like a full-on little horror story here.
That's
Yeah.
a big
Which is
doggo.
like, yeah, that was a cool one, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
that.
And did on a
If
good
we
one.
wanna Pass the laptop.
yeah,
the other
pass
way
it back around
that
so that the cords.
cord-
And I think we definitely went long on this.
We
episode.
definitely did, but that's okay. We got some hashtag good content.
Yeah.
I actually don't
All of
know.
which is going to be covered up by the squeaky chair and my obnoxious laugh.
Nah, man. It's all good. Anyway,
Stop doing Abby has a little flint and steel that
Yeah.
she's been playing with this whole
yeah, we already.
We already
addressed
addressed this.
Yeah.
No, but it's
I
like
need to do something with my hands.
And on that note, it's time to end.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening.
it's been a slice.
It has been a slice. If you enjoyed this, go and check. And if you haven't listened to our other Hit the Haze, that's a thing you can do.
Yeah. Big thanks to our special guests for this episode.
Yeah.
Kathy and Abby.
Thank
and
you.
Taika Waititi. He was very quiet for most of it because he was doing a film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to Abby for living here, and thanks to Kathy for coincidentally coming over at the same time that Emmett and Sam were coming over.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, if you're a really big fan, I suggest you go into the woods, find the tree with moss growing on the south side, put your hand against it, whisper your mother's maiden name 3 times, and then turn around.
Is that with or without middle name?
No, I said your mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
With or without the middle name.
No, I just mean like her surname.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you got feelings, thoughts, concerns, dreams, hopes,
You got a
Keep
wiki
them to
for us to
yourself.
check out?
if there's a specific lore wiki that you want us to check out, put that in the comments, and hopefully we'll have the next Hit the Hay to you sooner than we had this one.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.